With me now is retired U.S. Army Lieutenant Colonel James Carafano. It's great to have you back on. Okay, G7 meeting this Friday. China trying to do damage control. The WHO investigation. Did China cover up that the virus came out of an accidental leak from a laboratory in China? What do you think?
Well, we don't know if they covered up anything on the origins of the lab, but here's what we know is the WHO found out nothing. It was like if you went to a crime scene and the murderer was the guy that granted you access to evidence in the crime scene. The WHO has permitted no raw data. So essentially, all they had access to was what the Chinese government wanted to give them. And then the Chinese government came out and said that the WHO investigation completely vindicated them, which was a lie. So the WHO utterly failed. And here's, I think, this gets to the core of the issue. What we've learned is the World Health Organization has no capability whatsoever to prevent China's malicious behavior when it comes to global public health issues. The reason why we have stronger reporting requirements was because the Chinese so botched their reporting under SARS, and their reporting under this pandemic was actually worse. So nobody's reining in Chinese behavior at all.
That's a great point, because in 2004, even the WHO said, yeah, China did have a SARS leak, a SARS virus leak out of a laboratory in Beijing. 200 were quarantined. Multiple people got sick. 2 workers are infected. And the WHO got that information out of China. China confirmed that at that time. Now here we are 17 years later. President Trump is sounding more and more accurate on what happened with the COVID-19 virus. And now we have potentially 13 different strains of the virus in China earlier than realized. Maybe December 2019, maybe November, maybe October. We've been reporting that the outbreak started way earlier than what's been reported. What do you think?
Well, look, here's what the WHO team did not disprove. They did not disprove that the pandemic started in China, that the Chinese did not report on it according with the requirements under the World Health Organization, that the pandemic was probably raging for a lot longer than we knew. They knew that vulnerable populations could die from the pandemic. They knew it was very contagious. And they allowed tens of thousands of people to travel, knowing that many of them were likely infected and that they would trigger a global pandemic. All those things remain true. Look, this fundamentally gets to the core of the Chinese Communist Party. The way this government is structured, it cannot share information in an honest and transparent manner. In a public health world, that's terrible. You know what the G7 should do? They should all walk in and said, look, if the WHO is going to form tomorrow, we're all going to leave. That would get people's attention, but that's not going to happen.
Interesting. All right. We'll cover it if it does happen. We'll have you back on. Lieutenant Colonel James Carafano. It's good to see you. Thanks for your service to our country, by the way. It's good to see you. Come back.
Thanks for watching the Heritage Foundation's YouTube channel. With more than 500,000 members, we are the nation's largest conservative research and education institution. We believe the principles and ideas of the American founding are worth conserving and renewing. Please help us further our mission by subscribing to this channel and sharing our videos with your family and friends.